Want candy now?
What is going on, everybody? Nasdorachi coming back at you again today with yet another video for Dragon Ball Legends. Now, this is the first video I've made since Rhymestyle gave me a nice shout out on Twitter and YouTube, so I just wanted to go ahead and thank him for that. Rhymestyle, you the man, and any super sandwiches that happen to be here because of that. Welcome to my void here. So what we're going to be talking about today, it's a couple different things. I was going to make this video yesterday. It wouldn't have actually been this video, but we do have leaks coming from trusted sources that around New Year's, or between Christmas and New Year's, we will be getting Super Saiyan God Goku, the red variant, and Beerus. So that's pretty huge. Now, I'm not personally a huge fan of the Super Saiyan God red design, mostly just because of how skinny and toned down it makes Goku look. But this is pretty interesting here. Now, I was trying to wait till we actually had the V-Jump scans available so I could do a little bit of analysis, but right now we have no information to go on except for maybe a poorly translated social media post or just some teasers from the V-Jump people themselves. So we should be expecting that hopefully within the next few days or today or sometime. Not entirely sure, but I'll definitely be covering that when we see it. Personally, I'm more excited for Beerus, and I've always wanted him. Hopefully he comes with a Hakai, but I can understand if he doesn't. Maybe he'll just have that giant death ball, and maybe his blue card will just be all those little purple orbs that he likes to throw around. So either way, that's fairly exciting. I think Rose and Hit are some of my most anticipated super characters. I really can't wait for Hit. I think the time skip is going to look phenomenal in this game if Dragon Ball FighterZ has given us any indication of how cool that can look in a video game. So that's just it for now, you guys, on that piece of information. Lord knows by the time I finish rendering this video, the V-Jump scans may be out, but who knows? It'll just give me something to talk about in a different video. So that's about all for the leak. Now, something else that's well documented in game that most people have probably already seen or heard about by now is we are expecting the level cap raise to 2,000, incoming relatively soon on the next version update is what they seem to be teasing. And at face value, that doesn't really present anything too major or game-breaking by itself. Now, the reason I say that is because, when you're in PvP, a level 2000 versus level 2000 is not going to be too much of a difference between that and what we have right now, which is level 1500 versus 1500. It's basically going to be the same. There are going to be certain characters that scale up a little bit more in certain departments than others, and we might see a little bit of a meta shift because of it. But the more important things to keep note of because of this level cap increase, potentially the most important thing, is if we're going to get our third equipment slot on characters opened up. Now, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be seeing that with this update, or if it's something that's going to be moving a little bit further into the future, where we're going to see that maybe at the level 3,000 or 4,000 cap increase. We don't know, but we do know that ultimately the levels of the characters in this game will hit 9,999, kind of similar to a Final Fantasy game almost, and there's going to be plenty of pages of mastery to reflect this. Originally we thought there'd only be 7, but it seems like now with how small the increments we're getting actually are, that there's going to end up being a whole lot more mastery pages and soul boosting that you're going to need to do beyond just 7 pages worth. So that's fairly exciting as well. It's going to take longer a little bit to get your characters relevant when you first pull them, all the way up to 2,000 before you can really bring them into PvP, and then it's going to raise all of our resource requirements to get to max level characters. Because right now it takes about 10 million Zenny and up to 1,000-ish of various orbs, 1, 2, 3 star orbs. So that's kind of how that's looking right now. It's going to take longer for the characters to be relevant, but we are getting the powered up gravity chamber, so it's the times 50 strength, and that should, be just another step of training and another step of the waiting game, which makes me wonder, how long is it going to take to get a character relevant when we can actually get level 9,999 characters, you guys? Is there going to be an item like the bells that'll just take you from level 1 to like 5,000? Well, it wouldn't work because you still have to stop and break your pages with your soul boosting. So that'll be really interesting to see how that plays out and how tedious leveling up characters ultimately becomes. But that was the other piece of major news that we have incoming. We know about Super Saiyan God Goku and Beerus. As soon as the V-Jumps come, I'll be covering that. And we know about the level cap increase. Whether or not we get the 3rd armor slot, that's going to be a really important factor. And just going into it, keep in mind that as we are soul boosting these characters, the cost of their arts cards seems to be coming down. So on this new boost board, who knows what we'll see in terms of the purple tiles. Maybe the arts cards are going to start costing like 18 for a key attack instead of 19. Maybe they'll start to gain some additional effects. So it will be really exciting to see what the new boost board brings. So for that and the leaks with the new characters, of course, stay tuned and I will keep you guys updated about that. Now, what we're moving into for the rest of the video here, which I couldn't actually create any content on myself up until today, is going to be the BROLY meta. Now, BROLY is all over the place in PvP right now. I'm sure some people are thrilled with that if they pulled BROLY and have a lot of stars on him, and I'm sure a lot of other people are probably not so happy about that if they didn't get him at all, because he is quite the powerhouse unit. Initially, there was just a lot of fears and a lot of concerns that he was a little bit too OP, but after playtesting with him today and playing against him quite a bit leading up to today, I can safely say that just BROLY by himself is not really a problem. Now, there is some questionable territory when we get into one of the teams I'm going to show you guys today, which is BROLY and Super Saiyan Bardock combined. That powerhouse combo right there just cannot be slept on. Now, the main logistics behind that is every time you swap back and forth between Bardock and BROLY, you're going to get that crit buff, you're going to get the various other buffs, and the fact that you can just almost 1 to 2 to 3 card combo units in the game with BROLY with these buffs associated on him is just pretty astoundingly ridiculous. Now, I'm not going to say that it ruins the game, but for right now, the meta is very stale because there's pretty much only a few teams that people are running that are, optimal. But, there's plenty of other people running teams just for fun, and if you're good enough at the game, you still shouldn't have too many problems. I was able to make it to rank 50 with no BROLY, and like I said, I got him today. So let's show off here a couple of the different builds, if you have BROLY, that you might want to consider running him on. There's kind of 3 main ones. Now, of course, there could be variations across all these teams, depending on who you have, who you don't have, or what you're ultimately looking for. But the main teams that I've found to be the best, and this one right here being the best of the best-ish, at least in terms of this combo between BROLY and Super Saiyan Bardock, is just going to be your Super Saiyan 1 themed team. Now again, there's other characters you could sub in and sub out here. If you want to go a little bit more health buffing, you could go Raditz and potentially Shallot. I personally like the more just straight offensive and some defensive buffs, so that's where you've got me set up right here. That's what you're seeing. So personally, I think this is the most powerful team you could run him on, or at least, again, just that BROLY Super Saiyan Bardock is extremely optimal. It really makes his damage output insane. But again, you guys, the same can be said about Super Saiyan Bardock and Gotenks. Now, Gotenks does not have anywhere near the utility of Super Saiyan BROLY, but at the same time, if you swap from Super Saiyan Bardock into Gotenks, I've been hit with 1 to 2 cards, yellow arts cards, and killed by Gotenks when he crits. So there's still some pretty wonky damage going on with the crits and Super Saiyan Bardock's buffs in general. It's not just BROLY that's the problem. And I'm not saying that Super Saiyan Bardock is a problem either, or that he needs to be patched or anything. It's just a really ridiculously dangerous combination. Putting him with any other Super Saiyan unit in the game that's capable of high DPS is just a recipe for disaster, or winning if you're the one running it. So the next team we're showing off here is just a heavy BROLY team. The 3 active players on the team, ideally, you're going to run BROLY, BROLY, and BROLY. However, the old blue BROLY is still like an ultra glass cannon. He dies really easily, so you might want to sub in Cooler instead, or something else, just depending on what you tend to be matching up against or what you're seeing a lot. I like Cooler because he's a movies unit. He will buff the other BROLYs on the field, and that's about that right there, you guys. I mean, the Super Saiyan Super Vegeta isn't buffing the red BROLY, but he's giving enough to the other 2 where he's still a viable pick. And then if you're going up against a purple BROLY, maybe you want to bring him. So it just gives you a little bit of versatility on deck. This is probably not the most ideal way to run him, but if you're just a super Broly fan and want to run the Broly team, consider running a setup somewhat like this. And then the last setup here, which is honestly quite powerful as well. You can see Brownie in the background. That's my channel manager back there, relocating herself for another napping session. But anyway, you guys, moving on. We as well have the purple red team here, which has been revitalized, of course, by Broly. He's just, again, ridiculously strong. Of course, there's no Super Saiyan 1 Bardock interaction on this team, but you just get heavy buffs from having the heavy purple base here. Let's actually see. You can see 1326. But let's look at the equipment screen. It's a little bit a cleaner layout here. 1326 on the purple red. Of course, that would be higher if you have more mastery stars and more S-ranked equipment and stuff, but that's about how I've set up this team here as well, you guys. Again, if you're running up against a mono yellow team, it can give you some problems, but I threw Gogeta on here just to kind of give some flexibility there, because you could just do mono purple and be smacking people around, but again, if you run up against that mono yellow team, your life could get a little rough for that match right there. So those are the three teams that I have set up right there. We are going to jump into some PvP, maybe see if we can win potentially one match with each team, and then we'll probably close out the video, you guys. There's not a whole lot of information until we get more news about the level cap increase, whether we're going to get equipment, whether or not the boost board, what it's going to look like, if we're getting the Super Saiyan God Goku and Beerus banner, and when, where is Gogeta, base form, and Super Saiyan Blue. My thoughts on Gogeta are they are going to release him more towards the global release of the movie, which will allow them to profit off of the hype twice. That's just what makes sense to me. We might get the free-to-play one kind of in between, but if there's going to be a banner for Blue Gogeta, I would wager a guess that if we're getting the Super Saiyan God, Goku, and Beerus around the holidays, that they will probably stall him out again to profit off of the hype twice. Again, that's just what I feel like. We don't have any Super Saiyan God units in the game so far, so it would be kind of strange to lead with Super Saiyan God Blue Gogeta, in my opinion, but they might do it. You never know, you guys. Maybe we'll get the God Red first, and then the Blue Gogeta. Or, you know, maybe we'll see something else roll out. But that's just my thoughts on the matter. I don't want to ramble too long, drag the video out, sorry. And again, just in here, you can see the next wave of souls has been preloaded into the game. There's no way to get them yet, but that data is just in here. So that's just something to keep note of there. Alright, so moving on, let's jump into some PvP. Let's see if we can get some good matches and see where we go. Alright, so I figured since I was queued on this team, I'll start with purple red. Remember guys, there may be some edits for bad bot matches, any other laggy, disconnecty nonsense, so keep that in mind, and hopefully we get some good matches here, you guys. Alright, so we have Miles here. He's running BROLY as well, across a much more generic team, but judging by his levels, we're looking at probably Pycon, red BROLY, and purple BROLY. That's what I'm going to assume here. Let's go ahead and guess he's going to lead with Pycon. We'll lead with Gogeta, and hopefully we have a good match here. Miles, good luck to you, sir. Alright, so we are starting up here. It was Pycon first, just like I had thought. Now, he decided to go ahead and fall for my Tap Blast there, so he's got nothing he can do. Swap into the red BROLY. Let's see if we can get a feint off with Gogeta here. That would just be really helpful. We didn't. And, of course, I didn't have time to sub out either, because I'm holding the phone all janky right here. We should have been able to get out of that, you guys, but it's okay. Alright, he wants to switch into Pycon here and give us some problems. We will go over to BROLY because the type disadvantage doesn't matter at this current juncture. Alright, we got a successful little bait there, and he fell for that again. Oh, but I tapped in between the cards, you guys. I hate it when I do that, man. I really hate it when that happens. Alright, he's got the Rising Rush. Let's just go green. Tapping in between the cards really screwed me up right there, y'all. Alright, so we have Pycon to deal with right now. Rising rushing the Broly. I don't know why. Alright, you guys, it seems to be lagging a lot, but hopefully we can still get through this. Oh boy. So good game to you, Miles, there. I didn't really communicate very well on that match because I keep getting this encoding overloaded error message. So I was playing quite badly, and I'm sure it was lagging too, and I don't know why. Why my CPU keeps spiking. But, okay, whatever. We got through that match right there using the purple-red team. Sorry, my commentary was so bad. I don't even know if I'm going to include that match, but you could see Broly made the comeback there, even though I was like half paying attention against a yellow Pycon. So he's very strong, you guys. The fact that he comes in and negates any type of weakness to type advantage twice, quite powerful. I didn't even get to use his blast armor on the red cards there, you guys, but that is extremely powerful as well. Let's try and hop into a match using one of the other teams. And hopefully the overlay and everything won't lag quite as much here. So, I literally have nothing else running on my computer right now, you guys. So I don't know why it would be laggy, but apparently it was. So we're fighting Son Goku now. He is also using the Super Saiyan Bardock and Broly combo. That is not ideal, but we will bring this setup right here. He has the purple Goku also, but if we can lock out the Bardock and kill him, this may end up favorable for us. Now, Bardock's not going to be getting any buffs from Bardock, but the OG Bardock does give a good Z ability to all just Saiyans generically. So hopefully we have a good match here. Good luck to you, Son Goku, and hopefully my CPU doesn't go spastic. I don't know why it peaked like that. Alright, well, here's for nothing. He went double purple. We caught him there, and his panic swipe. Now, of course, he swapped out to Broly. He doesn't want me to swap into my green Bardock and beat him up too badly. So we'll swap into Broly also. Let's see if we can do the same thing again. I actually was a little bit too early there, but I guess he mistimed his swipe. Now, sidestepping with Broly is totally still a thing, you guys. Because of his increased arts card draw speed, it's definitely worth your while to do that. Oh, let's lock in. Oh, yes, we locked him in here. And we caught him slipping there. We have 3 red cards lined up. So this should be the end of our Super Saiyan Bardock problems, hopefully here. Come on! Oh, we didn't quite get him. But he's gonna die soon, you guys. He will be dying soon. We're gonna swap into Broly to tank this because Broly gets health back. So you know we're almost back at full health now. So a little bit of a pro play there with Broly. Tank the blue card. Oh, what is this? I didn't have enough time to blast cancel out of that, you guys. Alright, well, we're back on our... I should have just let the clash happen. I kind of screwed that one up. Look at those crits, you guys, because of the Super Saiyan Bardock, man. Look at the crits. I'm talking about the one on his end. We'll hit him with this. This should knock out the problem with Super Saiyan 3 there. We'll get some health back real quick. And that worked out much nicer than I had hoped. And it's pretty much a sealed deal here now, you guys. I tapped between the cards again. And I'm gonna... Oh! I hate that. I hate tapping in between the cards with my big old fat fingers. Let's let old school Bardock take that one right there. Oh, he's fainted. He's gonna die. He is a dead man walking. Alright, so that's not gonna work. And we have him now at this point, you guys. I don't really think there's anything we can do. We'll just not sidestep, go for the straight up damage buffs there between not inputting anything between our cards. Toss him into the background and barf some ki at him. Blah! Alright, well, that was a win with the Super Saiyan Bardock and Super Saiyan Broly team versus a Super Saiyan Bardock and Super Saiyan Broly team. It's like tongue twisters for days here, you guys. Alright. Hopefully that one wasn't too laggy as well. Again, hopefully my credit card gets approved. I can get this new computer here really soon, because this is kind of frustrating me a little bit. Alright, we're going to go for another match. We'll try using the Broly heavy team. I haven't had a lot of success using this team because it's pretty predictable, but we might get away with it, you guys. You never know. Alright, and again, hopefully the matches haven't been too laggy. This will be our third match, third team. The first match was so sloppy, you guys. Don't judge me for that. I was like really like looking back and forth between my phone and my computer with the overloading, and we still came out with the W there. So it just goes to show you how strong Broly is. But then again, like, he's not completely broken. I sometimes feel bad beating up on people so badly with the Super Saiyan Bardock and Broly combination, or Super Saiyan Bardock and anybody. It feels kind of dirty, but it is what it is, you guys. Let's jump in. We're going to have that Super Saiyan 3 Goku to contend with here, and the Super Saiyan Bardock. Or not. He could just quit. When he saw the Broly squad, he was just like, no, I'm not having any of that. Alright, let's try one more time, you guys. Jumping in again with the Super Saiyan Bardock squad here. This or Bardock, Super Saiyan Broly and friends and Brolys and Broly. Alright. I've had 2 people quit on me now while using this team, and it's not very much fun. Zapta. Level 45. Unfortunately, he's a little bit of a lower rank. He's got Super Saiyan Bardock, so I anticipate seeing that. Should we bring Cooler instead of the old blue Broly? I think we should. Old blue Broly, I mean, people have had him for a while now. There's nothing really to show off with him. I know it's cool to run all 3 Brolys, but I think having the green Cooler will be a little bit more beneficial just in this particular battle, because Super Saiyan Bardock is probably going to be here. Alright, you guys, if this match goes well, it'll be the closing match, because we've had plenty of disconnections and other nonsense going on. Let me know how your fights have been going with Broly, though. If you have him, if you don't have him, feel free to pour out all your salt in the comments. I do not mind, you know, as long as it's not directed at me. It's not my fault, you know, but I don't care if you pour it out some there. All right, we're leading on type. I so canceled out of that, but that's cool. We're leading on a disadvantage there, so we wanted to get out of that. We're just in a neutral setup here. Is he gonna fall for this? He did fall for that. And we have plenty of ki here. We'll go ahead and hit him with the finger laser. Blow! Half the health. Cooler is not bad, you guys. He is not bad at all. I don't know what he was thinking there, but swapping into Gogeta. Let's transform here. Although I usually like to save the transformation because you do get that health back. We can transform and reduce his ki here, which is not bad. Alright, I need to get Cooler back out here. He just wasted a card. Alright. I teleported a little too soon on him there. Gogeta's at full health, so let's go ahead and do this right here. And we'll throw out the green. Maybe he'll get lucky and guess it. Maybe not. But this is your kind of movies and Broly team right here, you guys. Even the red free-to-play Broly is quite good, regardless of whether you pair him with the Super Saiyan 1 or not. So, he still has 200... How did he live with 272 life left? What is going on, my friends? Please explain. We'll get some health back here on this Broly. See if he falls for a little bit of blast bait. Yeah, that's not gonna work, dude. That is not gonna work. Are you gonna sub out? No, he's not. We still have our Ultimate Arts card incoming, so let's see if we can kill Gogeta with it. We might be able to, if he keeps doing dumb stuff. That was me messing up right there. I didn't know if he was gonna blast or what he was doing. He falls for that every time. That is not gonna work, that counter right there. Alright, we're gonna barf out some ki here, and we'll swap over to our Super Saiyan Broly. Try and finish things out. We'll get the Ultimate Arts on deck with him here as well. Alright, we got our blast cancel off. We got that right there. Now if we sidestep, yep, see how quickly his card draw is. It's insane, you guys. That's not gonna work. Rising Rush will not negate Broly's Ultimate Arts technique. See ya. Good night, my friends. Broly's so strong. Again, we're not running him with Super Saiyan Bardock on this match right here. So you don't have to have that combo. Even though it is ideal, you don't have to have it. We did showcase one victory with each of my 3 personally stylized Broly teams. I would love to hear what you guys' feedback is, just in general, on Broly, on the game, your excitement for Super Saiyan God Goku and Beerus. Anything else, level 2000, whether you're upset about the grind, whether you're happy just for more stuff to do. You got like hundreds of millions of Zenny and souls saved up. This might be good for you if you're a newer player. This might be kind of bad for you because it just means it's going to take longer for you to get into PvP and be super competitive. Maybe not that much longer, but a little bit longer. Anyway, you guys, I've dragged this video on long enough, and Lord knows I'm going to have to edit out a whole bunch of laggy stuff. I do apologize if some of the fights were a little laggy again. Hopefully my credit card will be here soon and I can get a new computer, but that's it, you guys. If you liked the video, consider leaving me a thumbs up. I supremely appreciate it. Again, a huge shout out to Rhymestyle for shouting me out. If you're new here and this is the first thing you've ever checked out of mine, I'd love to see you again on future videos. We'll have tons of Legends content, probably some other games too in the future once I do get a new computer. Consider subscribing, hitting the bell for the notifications, and that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope you do have a great rest of your week. I hope your summons are fire. I hope all of you can get Broly so that we can flood the meta with him and then he'll burn out. At least to a degree. He'll always be a good unit, you guys, but he'll burn out a little bit. We'll have some new units and some new metas that are not quite as dominant as this one right here. So, and again, if you don't have Broly, your best alternative is probably a Super Saiyan 1 Bardock and Super Vegeta team up with Gogeta maybe or other Saiyans, or a Frieza Force team. Those are your 2 best options. But again, I've dragged on for too long. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you again soon. Peace out, y'all.